Oh my goodness, I cannot believe I just made this mistake. This is embarrassing. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe I just made this mistake. I forgot to click start on the live stream. Oh dear. Well, I guess I deserve that. So why don't I go ahead and start this again? Minasan, konbanwa. It has been a very, very long time. And I am really happy to see you all again. I'm sorry for the late start. That is my mistake. Yeah, wow. Not a great start to my revamp, is it? So, let me start by saying that I am back. I am properly back, completely. This isn't just a one-off. From now on, I am going to upload regular videos every week. Well, maybe not every week. I'm still trying to decide whether or not it's going to be every 1 or 2 weeks, but I am going to start it. So, today I am reviewing a Nihonshu called Yanagi Genshu from Shimonoseki Shuzo. You can see it here. Now, this particular Nihonshu I don't know a lot about. I have unfortunately had a difficult time tracking down information about it. But I will tell you what I do know. It is a Genshu. Now, Genshu translates roughly to undiluted or original Nihonshu or sake. It is a kind of seishu which has not been diluted after pressing. Although sometimes they will add water back into it, but as long as it's below a 1% dilution, it will still be called Genshu. Mostly because it allows for small adjustments to the percentage of the alcohol content. Most Genshus are usually around 18 to 21%, but sometimes they can be diluted down to about 15. But yeah, so let's go ahead and go straight to the pour, which I'm going to be doing a second time because I messed up. I'm sorry. Everyone, kanpai. Cheers. And this is a really smooth Nihonshu with just a little sweet, just a hint of sweetness, some herbal notes and some fruity notes that I'm picking up. Although it's difficult to put an exact finger on what kind of fruit. It's really subtle, but it is really easy to drink. Unfortunately, I was not able to find a lot of information on this particular Nihonshu. The Yanagi Genshu, I mean, obviously it's here. I'm drinking it. But when I go on to the Shimonoseki Shuzo website to find information about it, I'm not actually finding it listed anywhere, which is odd. It's definitely odd. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of the information regarding the brewery itself, shall we? Give me a moment while I find my notes. Unfortunately. Yes. So the Shimonoseki Sakagura is a Japanese Nihonshu brewery located in Shimonoseki City, Yamaguchi Prefecture. It was founded in 1923, also called Taisho 12, by a group of 445 local farmers. Now, in addition to Nihonshu's, they've got a few brands, basically. Seki Musume and Kaikyo, which I have not tried. They also have one called Fuku no Hireshu, which uses what they say is Shimonoseki's specialty tiger puffer, which I actually don't know what that is. I'm going to have to look into this this Sakagura a bit more. They are relatively famous, so I can almost guarantee that I'm going to be drinking more of their Nihonshus in the future. Now, with that out of the way, I am actually planning on trying to condense in the future. What I'm going to try to do is restructure my videos so that we get to the actual tasting faster. And while I'm tasting, I'll provide you the information regarding the Sakagura. Hopefully that can further compress my videos down by a few minutes to make them more digestible to my viewers. But today I'm pairing them with pasta. Nothing fancy. I bought this instant from a supermarket. And a partially eaten salad, which you can see here. And I'm going to go ahead and start with the pasta. So. So the pasta seems to cut right through the sweetness and go more into the herbal, floral aspects of the Nihonshu. There are hints of floral notes here, although I can't say with any certainty that they match any flower that I can't put a finger on it, on the exact flavor there. There is a bit of lemongrass. I am picking up on that. It's subtle, but it's there. Now, why don't I go ahead and give the salad a try? Okay. So I believe I'm having a bit of a brain fart today. This salad has a bit of radish in it, and I think the radishes are bringing out the lemongrass notes in this Nihonshu quite a bit. But it's interesting. It has more of a tea quality to it. Maybe a hint of green tea coming out in this as well. I'm going to go ahead and try with the seaweed, the nori, and see if that changes anything. I'm not doing well today. Whoa. Oh. That's actually, wow. That's different even from the last go around before I had the camera rolling. So the nori actually is bringing out a raspberry fruity quality, which is really interesting. The full disclosure, the first time I'd done that, I hadn't expected it. But oh, thank you, Yuki. Oh, and by the way, thank you, Kat, for telling me that I hadn't turned on the video. I owe you for that. It wasn't until I got a message on my phone telling me, "Hey, when are you starting?" that I realized that I'd forgot to click start stream. Because I'm an idiot. Yay. But anyway, yeah, Yuki, tell your mother I said thanks. It's only temporary. I'll explain in a moment. But anyway, so I was saying that the first time I went around, I had only tried the radish part of the salad first, and it brought out the herbal qualities quite clearly. I hadn't really, while there was a hint of a fruity note to it, I hadn't picked up on what it could be until I added the nori. And once I ate that, it really brought out the raspberry, which surprised me to no end. At first I thought that this Nihonshu, it's not the most complex Nihonshu. I mean, like the name Genshu implies, it is a basic Nihonshu. It's not super sophisticated. It is good, though. I was completely caught off guard by the radical change in flavor profiles. But that's why I stand by what I said in my new trader, actually. This is, I think, the most complex and sophisticated wine in the world. I don't think there's anything that compares to it anywhere. And that's why I love Nihonshu. So, as to the announcement part of this video, as I said earlier, this is not just a one-off live stream. I have committed to producing regular videos for my viewers from now on. I have, in fact, already committed toward buying a new microphone, which will hopefully improve the sound quality. Well, actually, 2 new microphones. I have to. One microphone for live streams. Hopefully, that will improve the sound quality. But you know, I've got to watch. I'm not rolling in money right now, so I've got to watch how much I spend. But that said, I am going to give it a try. And I found another lapel mic that I can connect to the phone I'm using to record my more sophisticated videos, I guess. Sophisticated. But it's a start. And I've been taking a look at getting some higher quality cameras so I can take higher quality video. After that, it's just a matter of improving my editing skills. Although I got to be honest, I can't stand editing videos. I might actually make these live streams more of a regular thing just to reduce the amount of editing I have to do. Because also doing live streams might give me a bit better chance at speaking to a camera. I have an acting background, but acting to tell a story is quite different from just acting in general to an audience. It's, I have to make this entertaining for you guys. I'm doing my best, but it might take me a while. Anyway, if anyone has any questions or thoughts, feel free to type them in the chat and I'll respond to them. I'm afraid that I lost a lot of viewers because I started late, which is my fault, unfortunately. But I'll keep making videos until I get more viewers again. But yeah, so I do owe you guys an apology, to all my viewers. The fact is that over the last year or so, I I mean, I kind of already told you about the in sorry. In previous videos, I already told you about some of the stuff I was dealing with. But at the end of the day, I was extremely burnt out after that last year of school. And I had to kind of overcome some of the trauma of the stuff I'd been through, in China and with some of the other stuff in my personal life at that time. And I guess once I got here and I got settled down with a regular job, the stuff that I'd been too busy to deal with just kind of hit me all at once. And that combined with the extreme burnout, I just wasn't able to function the way I wanted to. Even I wasn't able to continue doing the things I liked doing. I mean, I do like doing this, but I mean, playing games, watching movies, that kind of stuff just didn't have the appeal that it did for me anymore. And it's been a bit of a journey to get back into a place where I feel like I can make content for you guys and be entertaining, which is my ultimate goal. I mean, I always want to do my best to please my viewers and give you a good video and hopefully some good information and culture and information. And I do have some ideas. I have some plans. I mentioned earlier that I'm going to be restructuring my YouTube videos a bit, hopefully to make them a bit more concise and easy to watch. I also plan to kind of revamp my system of videos. I'm still toying with the idea of setting up a Patreon eventually. Although I think I will, for example, before I had the regular voting from my viewers to determine what Nihonshu I was going to drink next. I may go ahead and turn that into a Patreon thing. And then I do intend to try to get out a little bit more, to take some more videos outside of my house. Especially since I'm living in a really nice town like Yufuin. There's all kinds of shops and restaurants and ryokan, which are basically hot spring hotels that have a lot of culture. And this is a very old part of Japan. I mean, well, there's not a young part of Japan, but this is a special part of Japan that is a very well-established part of Japanese culture and history. And if I can do anything to highlight that, bring out some more of those details and some more of that information, I will do so. And Yuki, you asked what kind of pasta it is. And because it's been one of those nights, I don't remember. So give me just a moment, and I will tell you. It is a cream carbonara. And in all honesty, I do believe that there was kind of a meat sauce pasta that was for sale that I think might have paired better with this Nihonshu. But, I'm just getting restarted, so hopefully you can forgive some rough patches. But I do think I will try a little bit more. What was that? Yuki says, mother was asking about the pasta. It's worth introducing the places in Yufu. Or remember, Yufu and Yufuin are actually two separate places. It was only in the early 2000s. So the way I understand it, Yufu was originally three separate towns. I know Yufu was one of them. Yufuin was the other. I'm not sure about the third, but I suspect it was Hasama. And it was in the early 2000s that the government decided to say these three towns are really one town, which is still considered somewhat controversial in the history of the area. But yeah. And I actually would like to learn more about that as well as time goes on. There are some interesting events and ceremonies and festivals here. If I can, I'd like to do some videos with that. And another thing I would like to do is maybe try to find some people to interview. I think that would be kind of a nice thing to do. Find some interesting people, drink Nihonshu, interview them, ask them questions, let them talk about their lives and their jobs and what they do. I'm still surprised by that raspberry. It's subtle, but it is so good. Of all the Nihonshus I have consumed, I have only known one other Nihonshu to have that strong raspberry flavor. Well, maybe there was a second. I have to go back and check my own reviews. I've drunken so many Nihonshus. But it's not a common flavor. In America, there is a sakagura called Sake One. I believe I've mentioned it. They have a brand called Momokawa. And their Nihonshu is catered more specifically to the American palate. But one of their flavors for a long time was a raspberry flavored Nihonshu, which honestly, it was very subtle, but really good. And after living in Japan and drinking more Nihonshus, I actually appreciate subtlety a lot more than I used to. I've said it before, that drinking Nihonshu is a lot like drinking tea. There are so many different flavors, so many different styles, so many different types. And even within those types, there are so many different variations that can produce wildly different results. I mean, and then there's those groups experimenting. Like you recall, the first Nihonshu I ever reviewed here wound up tasting like coffee and chocolate, which I mean, you recall how much that surprised me. But yeah, I think I will have one more glass, and then I will bring this video to a close, unless anybody else has any questions. And yes, I saw your message, Yuki. I think you meant to say, I meant to say, the town, Yufuin. Sorry, the English teacher in me is coming out, but it is what it is. I still have yet to decide really whether or not I want to do this every week or every 2 weeks. But I think at the end of the day, this YouTube channel is going to be kind of an all or nothing affair. I think I need to, if I'm going to do it, I need to do it. I need to commit to it and not relent. So I believe that is what I will try to do. It will be interesting. Some aspects of living in a small town will limit my options, but I live pretty close to a couple of big towns or cities, and those should provide some more options. So if I'm lucky, who knows? There are a number of different things I think I can do. And to be honest, I'm open to suggestions from my viewers. If you have any ideas, please share them. But let me see. Is there anything else I can offer tonight, anyway? I mean, I think I've covered pretty much all the information I planned to. I will be having an interesting time. I do intend to do a few more videos involving Western food, and I want to do some more cooking. But I'm going to have to cook more. It's going to be a bit of a trick finding good, not just Western style food, but non-Japanese food in a town like this. There are a few places I can go. There's a Nepalese Indian restaurant. I would like to do a video with some of their curry and some of their food. There are a couple of Italian restaurants in town. I would like to try them. And there are a couple of burger places. That might be fun. I also would like to try to find a good Nihonshu to pair with burritos. Mexican food could be a fun pairing. And I'll try some different things as well. Some more traditional American dishes. And I may even repeat some different foods with different Nihonshus. That is a big part of what I want to do anyway. So, but either way, hopefully in the next couple of months, you can look forward to a lot of changes and updates. And I do hope that with this restructuring, I can provide much higher quality videos for you guys. So that is the plan. This Nihonshu really grows on you. Anyway, so are there any questions? Any other thoughts? Oh yes, I do believe I forgot to mention earlier that this particular Nihonshu was the rice was polished up to 50%. And earlier we were actually I was actually talking about the fact that Genshu normally ranges is usually around 18 to 21%, but it can be diluted down to 15%. This particular Genshu, the Yanagi Genshu, is at 18%. So it's more about standard for a Nihonshu of this type. But if there are no more questions, I will bring this live stream to a close. And to my new viewer who just popped in, I am very sorry. I messed up when I started this live stream, and I forgot to click start stream. So I was actually talking to nobody for a while because I'm an idiot. Yay. But I promise in the future, I will start the stream on time. Kitaya Daiginjo. I do believe I've already reviewed that. If I haven't, I did drink it back when I was living in Fukuoka. Kitaya is very popular there. I think I need to double check. I'm not actually sure. Like I said earlier, I've drunken so many Nihonshus. I can't clearly remember which one. But either way, yeah. That might be a good one to review. There are a couple of new Nihonshus I found here in Yufuin as well. In fact, there's there is a Yufuin specific Nihonshu that I am curious about. If I'm being honest, I don't think there's a Sakagura in the area. None that I've heard of. But I do know there are, or at least not in Yufuin. But I do think there might be a few in the area who might create a Nihonshu that caters specifically to the town. I need to investigate that a little more and let my viewers know. But oh yes, so Yuki is saying here that it was the Christmas present from him. I haven't actually opened it yet. I was saving it for a video. And you know what? I very well might go ahead and open that up and use that for a video here in the near future. I got a couple of Nihonshus I've already opened up, so I need to review them quickly before they go bad, but I will make that the next review after that. So, yeah, I'm sorry, Yuki. I think a part of me was resistant to... because Nihonshu was so connected to my YouTube channel, I think the burnout led to me not drinking a lot of Nihonshu lately, if I'm being honest. I love it, but there was a weird association thing that stopped me from drinking a lot of it lately. But I do think I'm going to give that a try. Another thing was, I recall a few years ago, talking to someone and doing some research online regarding karage, Japanese fried chicken, and the fact that there was kind of a quest to try to find a good Nihonshu that matched karage. Now, I don't recall where I read that, but I recall the article talking about how difficult it was. Funny enough, here in Yufuin, within the first 6 months of living here, one of the izakaya here had a Nihonshu that worked perfectly with karage. It was incredible. I very much want to go back there and do a video with that pairing. That could be fun in the future. Because as much as this channel is about matching Nihonshus to foods from other cultures, it's also about matching Nihonshus to Japanese foods, just to talk about the fundamentals of pairings and the ideas that inspired them. Yuki has just written, "You deserve to visit Oda Shuzo in Chikushino City, where my grand maternal relative's grave is, the Oda Sakagura in Fukuoka Prefecture." Ooh, yeah, that would be fun. That would be fun. I would love to do that. We should make a plan to do that in the future. We can do a joint video. You can finally show up in one of my YouTube videos, and I can show everyone why I call you Harry. I'm just waiting for him to rage quit after that joke. So, Yuki is an old friend of mine. We've known each other since my first year in Japan, really. We used to work together at one of the arabaito part-time jobs I had here, in Fukuoka. And he was one of the guys who helped keep me sane in those first couple of years, because I was so busy with studying and everything else that I didn't have time to go out and have a social life and all that. But because he was my friend, he helped me through a lot of that. So, you know, he's an odd guy, but he's a good odd guy. So I don't think he's going to appreciate me calling him odd, but I'm saying it anyway. Sorry, Yuki. I'm odd too. You know that. So. Okay, last call. Any last questions? If not, I will bring this live stream to a close, and I will talk to you all next week. And I should mention, I have a new Facebook page. Well, not new. I created it a little while ago, but I didn't do anything with it until now. But I do have a Facebook page. I have a Twitter account, and I have an Instagram. If you look under the details for this video, you should find links to all of them. And if you like my videos, or if you like the idea of my videos, I know my videos are rough. I will continue to do my best to make them better for you. But if you like my content, please go ahead, subscribe, and leave me your feedback. If you don't like my content, leave me your feedback. Anything to help me grow as a channel, anything to help me grow as a YouTuber. I'm gonna have to get back into the swing of doing this, because it has been a while, and I admit I got very rusty. But I love doing this, and I love talking to everyone. And I hope that in the future I can have more fun conversations with you all. But until then, if nobody has any questions, and it doesn't look like anyone does, thank you for watching tonight. Thank you for listening in. And, the world is it's not in a good place right now. Things have gone from bad to worse to even worse. But the fact is that things will never be ideal. But that doesn't mean we should limit ourselves. That doesn't mean we should give up hope for our dreams and our ideas. And we should never be afraid to explore new things, to take risks, to take chances on the things that we hope for, that we want. That's why I'm here. That's why I came to Asia. And I've been through a lot of bad, but I've also been through a lot of good. And that is why my motto is, don't be afraid to go beyond the horizon. Because you don't know what's beyond the horizon, but when it's great, it's great. And really, what can you accomplish by not taking chances? Anyway, thank you for tuning in, and I will look forward to your feedback, and I will see you next week in my next video. Everyone, please take care. 気をつけてください。じゃあ、またね。See you.